Let me play among the stars and let me see what spring...
Joining us now is our travel expert, Candace Derricks. Welcome to What She Said.
Thank you.
And if you have never been to Holland, and if you have been there but you're not an absolutely avid Holland fan, you will be once you finish listening to Candace. Now, you were absolutely, you fell in love with it.
I can't stop talking about it. I literally.
Now, you're not going to move there, are you?
Everywhere I travel, I often try to say, like I say, could I live here? I legitimately ask myself that question. Holland I could live there. It's so, the Dutch, for example, are so meticulous with everything they do. Their homes are perfect. Their yards are perfect. It really appeals to the type A in me.
Yeah.
They like everything just so. And you can see it everywhere. I mean, I didn't see anything that was run down. The whole country is perfection. But getting there, I have to say KLM was amazing.
Really?
Yeah. I really loved KLM. But what a lot of people don't know in Ottawa, for Ottawa listeners, is KLM doesn't fly out of Ottawa International. They fly out of Montreal. But when you book on KLM, you actually get the bus from the train station in Ottawa that takes you to Montreal. So once you're on that bus, you're considered on the plane. So if you're delayed, the plane's not taking off without you.
Ah.
Oh.
So it's
Good if you're traveling in the winter,
Yeah.
I would say.
It's an absolutely fabulous service. I would highly recommend that for people in Ottawa to just book through KLM, and you don't have to pay for parking in Montreal. You don't have to pay for a hotel in Montreal. So it was great. We went as a family of 5. So we brought my 24-year-old son, 14 and 12-year-old daughters. So we booked through Airbnb. Mm-hmm. And we were able to stay for 2 weeks for 5 people for $2,000.
And the pictures I saw of your Airbnb were so cute.
Oh. Well, we ended up staying in these 2 little towns. So the first town we stayed in was Willemstad. And I apologize for massacring the language. Willemstad was the first little town we stayed in, which was just outside of The Hague. And just there's so much history everywhere you go in Holland. But this little town itself dates back more than 2,000 years. The Romans were using it. Isn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm. Unreal.
Yeah. So just this little tiny town we were in. And, we could walk to, every little town we loved, you could walk to a bakery, a butcher, a flower shop, chocolate shop. It was great.
Did she say chocolate?
Yes, she did. I told you. I'm still upset that she didn't take us.
Oh, believe me, though, I'm paying for it now. I totally overdid it on the chocolate. And then the second town we stayed in was this little town called Grove. And I don't even know if there's actually a hotel there. We wouldn't have found it except for the Airbnb. But it was, again, totally charming, about 12,000 people, cobblestone streets, really old buildings, and not a single chain restaurant or brand to be found anywhere. So all the shops were local, all the restaurants were local, and the people were so welcoming, although they were totally curious why we were there. We seriously got asked that, like, well, why are you here?
What are you doing here?
Because why did you pick Grove? But we loved our time there. It was amazing, and I'm pretty sure that it's actually a stop on the river cruise, the river cruises. I just want to say too, though, that Holland.com has holiday homes for families that are traveling, bigger families, because once you're with 5. It's really hard to get a hotel room.
Yeah.
So the holiday homes can be booked through Holland.com, and that's another option for families that are going, larger families, and that want space outside of a hotel room as well. You're looking for something a little bigger, right? So I have a funny story to share with you about Giethoorn. I don't know if you've ever heard of Giethoorn. It's called the Venice of Holland, and it was a bucket list destination for me. I said, if there's nothing else we do in Holland, we are going to Giethoorn. So we got there, we got our little boat to go through the canal. We get out a little bit, and our boat's taking on water.
And everyone's going, sure, Mom, this is on you,
Oh,
Mom.
yeah. No life jackets on the boat. Bad on us for not checking. No life jackets, nothing to bail with. We were going through my daughter's backpack to find things, and we found a Ziploc bag. So for 2 hours, we were bailing with a Ziploc bag to get back to where we started.
Oh,
So I want to do over on Giethoorn. As I'm telling you, that has to happen. But it's beautiful, and I would highly recommend people go. Just make sure your boat doesn't take on water.
Oh my God! So the highlight of the trip between The Hague and Amsterdam. Highlight.
Gosh, I don't know. I really liked Willemstad, which is about a population of, I think, 2,000. Just this picturesque little town. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see one of the big windmills that was there that somebody's actually bought and converted into a home. But there was everywhere you went in that town was just picturesque. It was beyond beautiful.
well, that's great because now I don't know how many thousand people adding this to their bucket list, Candace.
Yeah, Giethoorn and Willemstad were really cute. And, everything is so close. So rent a car. So the second week of the trip, we rented a car and just traveled all over and saw these great little places.
Excellent.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Where can people connect with you again?
Lifeinpleasantville.com. And for more information on if they're planning a trip, they can go to holland.com.
And we'll chat with you in a few weeks.
Thank you.
This is what she said. Stay with us.